Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to fix broken makeup because I had some incidents and I think it's time to fix them. So first of all, sorry, my fingers are still stained from my repressing session with my blueberry muffin palette. This one here is my Pandit palette, and after I filmed my last update, I dropped it. And this eyeshadow here that I'm working on shattered, so I have to repress it, and I think I have to then try to hit pan again. I mean, I didn't hit pan, but I had a huge dip in it, so I think I would have only needed to use it 1 or 2 more times to hit pan, but it's okay, we start fresh with this one. But I really want to repress it now so that I can start using this palette again, because now it's a few days since I filmed the update video and I haven't touched any of these eyeshadows because they were sitting here on the side of my filming desk waiting to be repressed and fixed. Then I also have this powder here from Too Faced. I think I kind of decluttered it, but I can't remember. I did take it out of my declutter box after that, and I actually love this powder. It smells so nice and it looks so cute. And yeah, it has this mirror here with the banana. And I also dropped it, I think even twice or something. And there were little bananas in this powder here. They were a bit more yellow, and the powder is actually very nice and like pinky nude. And I always try to not get too much of the yellow inside when like onto my brush. So because it shattered, and then all of the bananas were separated because it was where, like, you know, they were pressed into the other powder, so there were already like little lines there separating, so it broke on all the corners of the bananas. So I just pulled them out and have thrown them away. So I only have like the shade left that I really like, and I really like this powder. I love the packaging, so I really want to make use of it again. And so yeah, that's also something I want to fix. So we have one powder product and one like shimmer product, and I now show you how I really quickly fix makeup, because I don't always have that much time to spend on this hobby. And like, if I repress something without a liquid, without alcohol, then it takes way more time. So that's like my quick fix for broken makeup, and we jump right into it. Okay, because I think that the powder like takes more time to then dry, I will start with this one and then we will do the palette last. I'm just careful closing it. Okay, I put this to the side. Now the powder is here. So I just zoomed in a bit. So the first thing we need is like break this down into tiny pieces. Like, we want to create a very mildly milled powder. And that's what I'm doing with my depotting tool. It's this one here. I use it all the time for depotting, repressing and stuff. So I got mine from Amazon. It was very like easy to find, and I think pretty affordable. I think it was like $5 to $10, something like that. Okay, so I just used the flat side. You can also use this one here, but I feel like this one gives me a bit more, it goes faster because it is a bit wider here. So I can like reach more product. Okay, so I'm just like, you know, milling it down, and I will speed this process up. So you just like poke into it. I'm just showing it to you once, like very close up. So like this piece here, you just try to break it apart. And when the sizes are like this, then I turn it around to this, and then I go like this, like a little knife, almost like if I would cut vegetables or something. So then I try to mill it down even more. And I do these two things like until everything is very fine, and then we can put in some liquid and repress it. Okay, so I'm going to speed the process up now for you. Now, I hope that you can see it is a very fine powder. And now I'm going to drop some alcohol in it, and then we mix it together into a paste, and then I press it down. So I think the thing that like almost always happens to me is that I use too much alcohol, and then it gets a bit hard panned when it's like dried up. So I really try to only use a bit. I always say that, and then I still use too much, but usually it still does work. So it's not like always that bad, but I just try to avoid it this time. So I have this like bottle of 96% alcohol. I bought it at my local drugstore. I think you can also get something like this on Amazon if that's easier. So yeah, I think there are some places where you can get it. Okay, so here's the cap. I just put in some drops. Okay. I think that could be actually enough for the whole palette. So let's just start. So you see the little powder, it always, it immediately absorbs it. And then we just mix it together. And the powder has to be very fine so that you don't have like bigger parts in it than when you repress it. And because they would make it break easier again. And we don't want that. Always so funny when like powders get wet and sometimes they get a color that they never have when they are dried. Like this one here looks so orange now. It's funny. Okay, you can see we have this paste here, but we have a lot of loose powder left. So I think we need a bit more liquid in it because it has to become one paste that sticks together. So let me pull this to the side here. Okay. Just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. I'm talking to myself. Okay, so I put something here where there is a lot of dry powder left. Okay, that looks good. It feels good. Here it is a bit too dry still. But I feel like we're almost there. Actually, maybe we have enough liquid. I think I just have to get it like together. Get it together. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. Okay, I think it's good. I think we don't need anything more. Maybe the tiniest bit. Is this the point where I shouldn't say yes? I don't know. No, I think it's actually good. We're not using more alcohol. I try to be good this time. Okay, so I just try to even it out. It's important that all of the bottom is covered, that there are no spaces where it's not, and also in the corners. And I just press it down with this flat side of my little depotting tool that is like my, I don't know, it's like, it's my assistant in all of this. I really, I love it. I have bought a second one. Well, it wasn't like on purpose. I did buy more like empty magnetic pens to press eyeshadows into, and there was one included in the set. Okay, I like it. I think that's looking good. Now I need a piece of tissue and then we press it down. So I take this one and I part it as per usual. So we only want to have one thin layer. This is 2 again. So we want to only have one very thin layer. They usually come in like 4 layers, so just that you know. And I really like to use my hands and my fingers and nothing else, because I feel like then I can really get into the corners everywhere. And then also it doesn't matter which pen size I have, and they're all different all the time. So then I just press down, like piece by piece. And the tissue immediately gets wet because it soaks up the alcohol. Just like turning it around and I get into all the corners. Okay, one more time. It smells still so good. This has some kind of a vanilla scent and oh, I love it. If this was still available, I think I would buy it again because it's so lovely. Only that the super yellowy bananas weren't my thing. But I don't think that they have it. I think it was never like in the permanent collection from Too Faced. I think it was like, I bought it in a little like a fruity set or something. I don't know what they called it. And there was like a little Better Than Sex mascara and this powder and what else? There was something else in there. Maybe something for the lips. I can't remember. Okay. These are just like the things from the outer part here. I'm just going to clean it up with the tissue a bit. I'm just checking that I have all going to the corners. You know, if they don't touch like the edges of the pen and the corners, then there are little gaps and then it can break again. Okay, so we're done with this one. Doesn't it look lovely? Ooh, I really like it. Okay, so this needs to dry. I would say like 24 hours is the best, so then you're on the safe side. But if the pen is bigger, like this one here, maybe it takes a bit longer. Just check when it's not wet anymore to the touch, then it's ready to go and you can use it again. But don't use it while it's wet. That's not good. Okay, so that was the powder. Now we're going to the eyeshadow. Okay, let's talk about my little pendant palette. So as you can see, some pieces are here. I just try to get them back into the pan maybe. Ooh. Oh no, this broke. Oh no, so the packaging broke, but only on this side. And there's still something left, so I think it's still usable. So just that you see. Here, I hope you can see it here. This part here broke, but there is enough part left to like keep it inside this plastic thingy here. So I think I can still use it and it's secure and everything. Okay, so now we do the same thing as we did before. We just crush it up here in the pan directly. That's why I feel like it's like fast, because you don't have to put it outside and then do it there and put it back in. I just do it in here. This will be very, very quick. Because shimmers are like very forgiving, I just do it now while I talk here. And you don't have to be so precise. It doesn't have to be so small of pieces. And you just like mill it down a bit, and then you can put in alcohol and that's it. So it's way easier. You can do way less wrong, and shimmers pretty much always work. So never had an issue repressing a shimmer and then it like changing formula or something. That only happens with matte sometimes. Okay. I know it's a bit messy, but I clean it up later and it's so much easier still than to put it in something else. I'm not very careful with stuff like this. I don't mind getting everything a bit messy and then clean it up. It's easier and it keeps me doing things more than if I would say everything has to be super precise and perfect in the first, like on the first run. Then I don't do anything. So yeah, I need a bit of a mess and a chaos so that I can start doing things. Okay, so it's all like crushed up into tiny pieces. Now I put in some alcohol. Here I have to be very careful because it's such a tiny pan and we really don't need a lot. So I'm actually trying to put it in with my spatula here, which takes a bit of time and it annoys me already. I think I told you in another video that I'm a very impatient person, so I'm actually surprised that I like repressing so much because it's kind of, well, you have to have a lot of patience. Maybe I'm more impatient with people than with stuff. I don't know. I talked to my therapist about it, I think. Okay, now I just start to like mixing it. Oh, I think that's the perfect amount of alcohol. If I wouldn't have used my spatula, I would have put in way too much on the first go. I need like a dropper or something. I have to get one. And then I think all my problems will be solved. Like all my eyeshadow repressing problems that I don't really have. Yes. Okay. So I don't want to lose any product, so this all goes back inside. Yeah, it's the perfect, like you can see that it is wet and it is kind of a mousse, but it's not like, it's not runny. You can see, so this is the consistency, that's the word, that you want for repressing. So this is the perfect consistency, and I just like, you know, level it, the pan inside, and then I'm going to press it down with the tissue again. Okay, now I put in these last pieces here. Okay. Then also these here. Oh no, okay. They're here now. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay. So good. Okay. Now when it's looking like this, I'm going to take my tissue and start repressing. Oh no, here's a piece left. Okay. So let's get another piece of tissue. Oh, I have one left here from the other one. I just take it again. It's like one thin layer. And we do the same thing as before. We just press it down with the finger. You can, of course, use something to press it down with. If you have something in the perfect size, like for example, I have a lipstick here on the side. This one here from Bobbi Brown, and I think I could use it for this one. No, it's actually too big. Maybe I have something else. Yeah, maybe this one here, it's from Catrice. So you can also use things like this and press it down. Okay. Then I just see, yeah, it's looking good. What happens when it's not the exact same size? You can see that all the product is here, like coming up on the edges, and I don't like that. So I'm going to get that down again with my spatula and then press it again with my finger, because then it's easier to get into the corners. It's just like, I think it wouldn't do anything, but I don't like it. I think it doesn't look nice. Oh no. Okay, that was too much. It was a bit, I don't know. Okay, I just leave it like this. I put this one here back inside. Ooh. I don't know what is happening today. I haven't been sleeping well lately. Maybe that's the reason. Okay, so now I'm just like repressing it again with my fingers. And I try to get into the corners. And I think I just on this corner here a little bit more. Yes, okay, that feels very good. Okay, let's just clean this up a bit. It's always like after repressing, you clean the palette and suddenly it kind of feels new again. So here you can see it close up again. It looks pretty good. I think this was a success, and now I can start working on it again, because I really need to use this one and this one a lot more so that I can hit pan until the end of the year, and I really want to achieve that goal. So I'm immediately going to use it, I think. So that's the Natasha Denona mini retro palette. I don't know if I have mentioned it before. And this is our shimmer eyeshadow repressed. And then here we have my Too Faced, I think it's called Banana Cream. It's banana setting powder. And I have repressed it, and now I have only the shade that really suits me, which makes me extremely excited. And I also think it worked pretty well. I just have to wait until it's fully dried, then I can start using it again. Okay, so these are my two little pieces of makeup that I wanted to fix. And if you have any questions, if you want to see something else that I could fix, like that I could show you, then just let me know down below in the comments. I think if you have watched some of my videos before, you know that I really love like depotting and repressing and all that stuff. And also I've gotten a bit into Frankening. So yeah, I'm very much happy to receive some suggestions from you or some wishes. And let me know if this technique works for you better than the one without alcohol, if you have tried both, because I'm still not sure which one I like more. I feel like for a powder, I think I couldn't have done it without alcohol because the pan is so big. I don't know if it would actually work without a liquid. With eyeshadows, I know that it works, but it takes a lot of time. So this technique is just way faster and easier. So I hope that this video was helpful for you or entertaining. That's also good. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you all very much for watching. Bye!